and welcome to this Hawaii News Now special breaking update. We come to you with more devastating news out of Lahaina, Maui, where 53 people are now confirmed dead following those devastating wildfires that ripped through the historic town. You're looking at new video of a flyover that one of our crews went on earlier this morning. Now, this is one of our few first looks, firsthand, at the devastated Lahaina town. Officials have closed off the area and are restricting access. Residents cannot go in. People do not know what is left of their homes. Apologies for the shakiness there, but again, our crew was in a helicopter earlier this morning, and just take a look at some of the destruction. The cars simply left in parking lots as people fled for their lives. We do know that some people even jumped into the water to try and avoid the flames. It's an absolutely horrific sight out there. I'm Dylan Ancheta in the Hawaii News Now Digital Center, giving you this latest update. We just learned within the last half hour or so, the death toll has climbed by 17. It was previously 36, but now we have learned that 17 more people are confirmed to be dead. This is a continuing tragedy that we are learning about out of Maui. Communication is still sparse to come by as communication lines and cell towers remain down. I want to go ahead and show you more of the video from that flyover. President Biden has already approved Hawaii's federal disaster declaration, and there are multiple agencies responding. Now, what that does is it frees up some federal funds. It frees up resources to help those on Maui. Of course, we know so many people lost their homes, lost their businesses, and just a true tragedy unfolding there. We've also been closely following Governor Josh Green and want to tell you that he will be holding a news conference coming up at 3:30 this afternoon. We will bring that to you live on air when that happens. To recap a little bit, he has spoken to CNN. However, he has not yet given us an interview as he has toured Lahaina. Our Daryl Huff has been trying to get a hold of him all day, but it sounds like the first time we are going to hear from him today will be at 3:30 at that news conference. A lot of people have also been asking about donations and how to help the people of Maui. We have this information right here. The first bullet says drop-offs until 2 p.m. That is for this collection site here. There was a group of people on the vessel Kahana that collected so many donations from the community here on Oahu, and they took all of these supplies over. They left about 30 minutes ago and took this down over to Maui. And so the outpouring of aloha is there. We are keeping a close eye on our donation efforts there. We know so many people need help. They don't have the basic necessities. We've heard from so many people in the evacuation points, in the shelters, that simply said, I left with nothing but the clothes on my back. And so these people who have lost everything are really starting brand new here. We're going to go ahead and put up the QR code. If you take a second, if you're watching on a mobile device, you can go ahead and screenshot this. It'll take you directly to where you need to be in order to donate to the Salvation Army on the left of your screen and the American Red Cross on the right of your screen. All donations are appreciated. Monetary donations, clothing, food, water. The most in need items, I saw a note from one of our team members, most requested items are baby formula, medicine, chargers, extension cords, power strips, can openers, canned goods, and just simple things like that is what people really need right now. Over on Maui, the War Memorial donation site is collecting those items. And again, they do say that baby formula and baby food, medicine, chargers, extension, power cords, power strips, canned goods, and can openers are among the most requested items. We also know that the brush fires have impacted 4 schools there on Maui. And in fact, one of them, it sounds like, was nearly if not completely destroyed. Our Mahealani Richardson gave us a live report earlier at noon in This Is Now with Ashley Nagaoka and myself. And I want to go ahead and play out some of that. She spoke with a clearly emotional Superintendent Keith Hayashi, who actually he started to answer a question but was overcome with emotion and had to take a step back. So I'm going to go ahead and play out that report for you. Again, this was Mahealani Richardson live in our noon newscast talking about the latest on Maui schools.
I can tell you that the school superintendent, Keith Hayashi, made an announcement early this morning at a BOE meeting. It was not on the agenda, but he specifically talked about 4 schools, as you mentioned, impacted by those fires in West Maui. And he said that those 4 schools contain 3,000 students and 300 faculty members and staff. So clearly a widespread impact. Now, we had an exclusive one-on-one interview with Mr. Hayashi after that meeting, and he said that the DOE is preparing for the possible loss of an elementary school, and that elementary school is King Kamehameha III Elementary, and that it appears to have sustained severe damage because of those wildfires. Now, we told the superintendent that indeed is correct, because our very own Chelsea Davis from Maui is there, and she went on a tour yesterday of Lahaina and was walking and reporting in front of that school herself. King Kamehameha III Elementary, according to her report, was destroyed. You could see the blackened building. There really was nothing left. Truly a tragedy for that elementary school. Now, Mr. Hayashi also told us about 3 other elementary schools in the West Maui area that are also impacted, and that's Princess Nahi'ena Elementary, Lahaina Intermediate, and Lahaina Luna High. He said that the assessments, the official assessments of these 4 schools still has not been made, but is being done today. We told him that Chelsea Davis could not drive to those 3 other schools because the roads were blocked by debris. Now, he said that beyond the physical impact to the schools, he's really concerned about the students, their faculty, and their family members. He's concerned about their well-being, and that is his #1 priority. We also asked him about the emotional toll, and for him, it clearly struck him. Here's what he had to say in that interview. And I know, Superintendent, you really care about families. Why is this so difficult for you personally?
Sorry, yeah. Yes, question I have, yeah. Within our schools, all of us care so deeply about our students and our families. And the challenges that many families and students already face. And the situation that they're in now, our hearts go out to all of them, and we want to really be sure that we can do what's right to support all of them. So I think that's really important. I think it's what is for me. We're really fortunate that there's been principals and conflict area superintendents and community and have been calling our office, as well as I'm in touch with some of the principals there and contacting them, offering support, and it's in Hawaii. In Hawaii, that's part of who we are, and supporting each other and supporting communities. Tell them that our DOE Ohana is here for them, and whatever they need, we'll do our best to help to support them. They haven't had opportunities to assess anything there either yet, so they're concerned about their schools, about their students and their families. I'm talking about the administrators of the school, but they themselves have experienced loss. So they're trying to balance that personal loss with having to take care of everyone in their community. And it's a heavy burden for any one person to hold. So, that's why I want them to know that we're all here to support them.
Now back here live, clearly the deep personal impact is being felt by so many people. Now Keith Hayashi said that his assistant superintendent, Randall Tanaka, who is in charge of facilities and operations, is with Governor Green right now doing a tour of these devastated areas, and that's where the official assessment will come in. Now, for all public schools on Maui, again, they are closed except for Hana until Friday. Ash, back to you.
Mahea, did the superintendent say, you mentioned that schools are closed until Friday, these students who are impacted because they no longer have a campus to go back to or maybe damaged, what will happen to them?
Well, that's a good question, Ash, and I asked that exact question. And at this point, it's clear that for 3,000 students of West Maui, they may not have a place to go to. And so at this point, that's why they need to do the official assessment of these 4 impacted schools to find out what the situation is, and then they can deal with it after that. But at this point, they still need to have that official assessment. Again, it's being done by Randall Tanaka, who is with Governor Green. Also, a couple of other schools that are impacted because of those wildfires on Maui. King Kekalike High in Pukalani, that was dealing with some minor wind damage because of those high winds on Maui. And the superintendent said that he was talking to the teachers there at that school, and they said that the school is just full of dust and soot because of the fires. And also, Maui High is being used as a shelter in Kahului. So it's really interesting to see the situation because the information is still coming in. I do have to say that the superintendent praised our Chelsea Davis for her excellent coverage and reporting. You know, she has been our eyes and ears on the ground before these official assessments, and he said that her reporting was excellent, but still the official assessment needs to come in. Also, we know that President Biden has made an emergency declaration. I also asked the superintendent, what does that mean for the schools in terms of damage and getting resources in the millions or perhaps even billions of dollars? And he said that remains to be seen. But clearly this disaster has impacted him, all levels of government, and many in the community. Ash.
Absolutely. Our Mahealani Richardson reporting
and
for us.
once again, that was a previously recorded report with our Mahealani Richardson in our noon show regarding the latest on DOE schools. We do know that 4 schools are impacted, which means thousands of students their education, the future of their education is uncertain at this point. I want to show you now a side-by-side before and after image of the Lahaina area. As you can see, just these entire blocks, buildings completely erased, reduced down to rubble. The devastation continues to unfold out there in Maui. The fire, the Lahaina fire, we were told at last check earlier today, was only 80% contained. So there are flames still burning there on Maui, but it does seem that the worst of the flames that ravaged Lahaina town have passed. But again, the damage it's real. And I am looking here now at a list we just got from the our officials working the shelter. This is a people locator list. There have been so many links going around online for Ohana and family to try and locate their loved ones. Of course, the cell service is still down, and which is making it nearly impossible to do so. But I'm looking at this list right here. There are over 2,500 entries on this list, and not all of them have been found. There are still many with the red status not located next to their name, and so loved ones are frantically trying to get in touch with their loved ones there on Maui. There is a lot of green on this list. People have been able to check into the shelters and let their loved ones know, I am safe, I am okay, but there is still a significant outstanding number of people who have not yet been located. If you are trying to get in touch with your loved ones, the American Red Cross has a finder page, a people locator page on their website. We've posted a link to that on our website as well, so you can go ahead and try to contact your loved ones. The phone communication remains severed in West Maui. There are thousands of people who simply don't know what is left of their neighborhood, and these aerial images right here continue to show the destruction there. Once again, we have a press conference with Governor Josh Green, who is on Maui. He cut a personal vacation short to fly to Maui in light of this devastation. That will be happening at 3:30. We will be sure to stream that on our digital platforms, our HNN mobile app, as well as our Facebook page and our streaming platforms. So go ahead and continue to stay in tune with us as we work to bring you the very latest out of Maui and this tragedy that continues to unfold. For now, I'm Dylan Ancheta for Hawaii News Now in the HNN Digital Center. Thanks for watching.